Trick or treat. Whoa, Mr. Myers, I just wanted to wish you happy 40th birthday. Halloween, directed by John Carpenter and is the 1978 Halloween slasher horror classic. So Halloween tells the story of a notorious serial killer, Michael Myers, who as a child stabs his poor sister Judith and is justifiably sent to a mental institute. 15 years later, he's on the prowl and is bloodthirsty to commit even more murders until the badass teenager girl Laurie Drone has something to say about it. Now, happy 40th anniversary Halloween. This movie is like the Bible of all Halloween related movies. Seriously, whenever Halloween and horror directors, screenwriters, and producers look inspiration for their movie, they check out Halloween to gain inspiration, just as fantasy directors get inspiration from Star Wars. Could this horror masterpiece not make my top 10 greatest horror movies of all time? Analysing my positives, this is not just a serial killer slasher movie, just for the purpose of showing, teenagers fuck and getting sliced. This is a horror movie with the purpose of telling a awesome story. So the slasher part of the movie and the kill counter is restricted, but that's the purpose, to develop the characters that will be killed off, so that we will go, oh, that sucks that you killed that character off. I wanted that particular character to live, and Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode. She is, fun fact, the daughter of the lady in the shower sequence in Psycho. Her daughter was also destined to be one of the greatest stars of horror in Hollywood, and she's one of the best female leads in film, and the protagonist and antagonist relationship with Laurie and Michael is easily one of the greatest in Halloween / horror history. She's extremely awesome here, and she's extremely awesome here. You can see why this movie puts her on the map. So pleased she's reprising her role for the Halloween sequel. I can't wait to see what they do with Laurie's character. Laurie Strode, she is the badass teenager that is the one to finally put an end to the murders of Myers. She's also a flawed character and terrified of Myers, which thankfully prevents her from being a Mary Sue, but she also has the balls to say, enough is enough, Myers, leave them alone, and Michael Myers himself, he and Freddy Krueger and Jason from Friday the 13th, they would be the best of buddies. Michael Myers, Freddy and Jason, they are in the top 20 greatest movie villains ever, certainly in my list. Michael Myers may not necessarily make my top 10 as he would some, but still, he's the most, he has no conscience. He's a fucking killing machine. we have no idea what's his motivation, what possessed him to murder everybody. He just does it for fun. His doctor asks the question we ask: why do serial killers exist? This movie shows that serial killers are disgraces to the human race. Yeah, with Michael Myers is one of those villains that's so irredeemable that there's no reasoning with him. There's no changing his mind. He doesn't deserve to live. To defeat Myers, even jail won't do. He needs to be killed. You must fight fire with fire. I certainly wouldn't put him before his innocent victims. Hell no. And his breathing is even more badass than Darth Vader's breathing. His entire dialogue is his breathing, and the opening sequence when he goes upstairs to his sister's room and takes the kitchen knife and stabs her. Can you think of a more disturbing opening to a horror movie than that? Gee, so what did his parents subject this kid to? You know, did they show him a psycho at a young age? I'm like, if I had a time machine, I would travel back to when Michael Myers was a kid and he was about to stab his sister, put a bullet through Michael's brain and rescue his sister Judith, and I'd get her back to the parents, and I'd explain everything with footage that I taped of him attempting to murder her, and or I could travel back to before Michael's parents had him, and I'd be like, don't have him, and your daughter will live, and everything will be happy. And yeah, Michael's so evil, you wish his parents never has him in the first place. And this movie shot occasionally from the perspective and of Michael. So literally, when the killings are happening, it's shot through his eyes as he's stabbing his victims, putting the audience literally in the killing moment better than a 3D movie ever could. And the soundtrack of this movie is totally stellar and has lasted throughout time. Literally, whenever you hear a horror story on YouTube, you hear this song play, the da 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 da. As for negatives, I'd have to be I'd have to be a fired movie director to think of anything negative with Halloween. Yeah, so for Halloween, guys, especially for the 40th anniversary, and before you see the sequel, go and give Halloween a watch. Get some popcorn, get your trick-or-treat bag ready. It's ideal for Halloween. I give Halloween 1978 5 stars out of 5. Best movie ever. Yep, Spooky Harry on my channel has officially kickstarted. Well, I love you guys. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And what do you think of Halloween 1978? Please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow on Twitter and on Google Plus and on Instagram. And I'll see you next time when I review the sequel, the 2018 Halloween. So stay tuned for that. And remember, movies are us. Bye, guys.